Argument before we had to go to Sarbanda. Sunobal Smita, go ahead, please.
South India.
Yes, so what I was saying was that, I don't think this team now lacks talent. They cannot just say, nobody can blame this government now of not having this rainbow council of ministers, from teacher to lawyer to techie to a tea garden worker to a Maharaj whom you just ran just now, to a lawyer. They've got everybody in the team. So I think the challenge would have been, I'm sure by now the portfolios have been allocated, they've just not been announced. But the challenge would have been to place all these people in different places. And I think the way they've gone about this, firstly, the shocker, as Sheila also pointed out, this jhatka execution that was done, it was aimed, I think, at rejuvenation and improving the image of this government. What Siddharth said about the cricket metaphor, I'd like to bring in a war metaphor. It's as if, your chief has decided कि core commanders को ही बदल दो, and right from your major general level to the second lieutenant level, everybody will be changed. It's a new government altogether. So with a new government, one expects that whether it is the old agenda which could not be put into force because of various reasons, whether it's COVID or whether farm laws ran into trouble or whether the IT thing ran into trouble with Twitter and with the other things, whatever, whether the NRC, the CAA, whatever was the agenda, and if it could not be put into action, then I'm guessing that those will be put into action with this new team now.
Rajdeep, there are 7 PhDs, 3 MBAs, 13 lawyers, 6 doctors, 5 engineers, 7 civil servants, 68 ministers with graduate degrees, and you're calling this an underqualified government. And
I didn't use the word underqualified at all. The word I used is that I said that when you have removed 12 ministers out of 54, you've clearly identified that there needs to be an overhaul and an element of ministerial accountability. Those who have performed suboptimally are being replaced. Now, are the replacements all going to be of the kind that they will raise the profile of the government is a big question mark, because until you know the portfolios, at the end of the day...
The first cabinet meeting will happen tomorrow from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Thursday, 8th of July. And that will be the first cabinet meeting of the expanded Council of Ministers. Rajdeep, go ahead.
The point is that ultimately a government's profile is decided by how key portfolios perform, particularly in the new age in which we live. To my mind, the two big challenges are the economy at the moment, and the challenges, I believe, are also health and education. Health because of pandemic, and also education because of the impact that the pandemic has had on education systems across this country. Now, if you can put, and there is no doubt that there are at least 8 or 10 people who I think are both administratively competent. Remember, becoming a PhD doesn't make you administratively competent.
Sure.
But having the ability to run a ministry effectively, if you can have 10 key ministers who can deliver in these key areas, I think this government's image will be automatically transformed. That's taken a hit as a result of the pandemic.
No, but number 6 on that list was Ashwini Vaishnav. I think the Prime Minister is giving a signal about who he thinks of a technocrat. Technocrat is not somebody you bring from the outside, from the World Bank, and make a minister. Rather, he thinks of a technocrat as somebody who's brought into politics, made a member of parliament, made to fight an election, or brought in as a Rajya Sabha MP, given some time to groom himself in the party ecosystem, and then, like this 1994 IAS batch officer, member of parliament from Odisha, he's then given a ministerial portfolio. So I think the Prime Minister is showing that his idea of a technocrat is not somebody you pluck from the IMF.
And also, if you have got an opportunity now, you will want to prove yourself. Look, how does sloth...
No, Rakesh Singh, Hardeep Puri, he likes this mold of a...
You see, is someone who understands systems. You see, you've got a systems-driven Prime Minister. He prefers, therefore, people who've come through the administrative system in a way and then can perform, because then they can achieve target. Look, the weakness of this government in the past has been that they've been accused at times of headline management and not outcomes. Now it's about outcomes, and hopefully the people that you have in key portfolios will focus on outcomes. I think those 10 key portfolios, there's no doubt there are 10 very talented people who, if they are put in the right place, can deliver.
This